Today, the Ministry of Public Utilities will appear before the Signing Finance Committee. One of the issues that I'm certain will be raised has to do with the allocation of $7 million to CEPEP to wind up its operations. As you're aware, CEPEP has several facilities across the country and also employees at the main office, which is really a handful of employees there. So therefore, we will engage. I've already spoken to the Permanent Secretary up to yesterday about wrapping up the operations of the company itself. The government has announced an initiative in terms of a recruitment drive of persons across the length and breadth of the country to be absorbed into over 20,000 jobs in the first instance. That is the first phase of this. You will hear more from line ministers as they go into the Senate. The budget will then go into the Senate after completed at the Standing Finance Committee. The budget will go into the Senate, and you will hear from more line ministers in terms of other areas of job creation that will impact on persons who would have ordinarily be employed in the CEPEP program.
Or what about unskilled workers who cannot be trained?
That is exactly what I'm speaking of. So that's why I'm saying that ministers will speak to that. There are other components. As you know, the National Maintenance Training Services company falls under the Ministry of Public Utilities. And usually persons in the area of security, custodians, cleaners, grass cutting and so on for maintenance is also a part of the remit of the National Maintenance Training Services. So you will hear more about the expansion of that program under the Ministry of Public Utilities to address some of those concerns.
And would there also be a program to empower people? In other words, take them out of these programs and work on their own, create entrepreneurs now.
I'm happy that you asked that question, because one of the things that we said earlier block is that we cannot only have a nation of grass cutters. It must be that we empower people to take them into more sustainable employment. The Honorable Prime Minister announcing on Sunday the first phase, and I want to remind Trinidad and Tobago, it's the first phase. There will be other phases that will be rolled out of the creation of 20,000 sustainable jobs. So exactly what you are speaking about in terms of getting people into more sustainable employment will be one of the areas that we are looking at. The other area will be business creation, small and medium enterprise development, and the Minister of Labour will speak to that as well.
Thank you very much, sir.